Hi, don't have good lighting. Um, I'm Elle. I hadn't intended to do this right this second, but it was something I was working on this evening, and I thought I should do it while it's on my mind. Usually I have a makeup brush in hand, but right now I don't. The reason I'm reaching out to you guys today is because I have just recently learned of an occupational disease that has been determined with my health, and there could be more forthcoming related to, the business that I have spent more than half of my adult life and more than half of my life total devoted to, and it hurts a lot to have heard that because I do what I love. I have worked in the beauty industry for over it isn't half my life. Over 25 years. I started it, when I was 18 years old, and I, had amazing opportunities in this career. I started in hair. I worked for luxury hair color. I worked as a stylist, off and on. I worked for Fermisi, Goldwell, Artec. I have an educational background in that industry, and I'm worked very closely with cosmetic chemists. I know and understand how products are formulated. I understand the intricacies of balancing them, and I'm also intimately familiar with controversial ingredients versus what is traditionally produced in the United States. And I'm intimately familiar with that because when you work in a certain occupation, you have what's called bioaccumulation. And the more you're around certain substances, the more a person's body can become unable to process them the way they once did. So this type of an industry is, really, it happens a lot, for lack of a fancy word. I was really trying to dig for something cool, but I didn't have it. I morphosed over to makeup artistry about a little over 12 years ago, and I have had the amazing opportunities to work for some of the most prestigious brands. I'm so sorry. That I dreamed of working for. Even from the age of 12, I dreamed of working for these companies and to not only just be able to wear those products and afford them, but to have a paycheck signed, to be recognized and identified with some of the companies that I have had the great pleasure to have worked with. And then to be told that I can't be around those substances anymore. I can't touch them. I can't breathe them. I can't have them on my body. I can't. If any further, basically what it means, the diagnosis would be on the one level, on a dermatological level, that would be allergic dermatitis due to fragrance. However, via occupational skin patch testing, we've isolated several ingredients that I can't touch or breathe or be near. I'm still awaiting a upper respiratory diagnosis. It's going to take a couple different procedures to determine that, but there seems to be some isolation within my vocal cords, which I think we can hear that. It isn't just the whiskey. Joking, I don't drink whiskey. It makes me frisky. Sorry, I gotta be me, because I can't just cry. In fact, that's why it's called Elle Yes, because the opposite is Elle No. Ew, who wants to say that? But the reason that I'm reaching out is because I am going to have to wait a while until I can work. First of all, I can't work ever again in the capacity I'm known to work in. I've worked for one of the most prestigious luxury retailers in the United States with a very long, beautiful history. I was proud to be affiliated and associated. It breaks my heart that I don't get to return. However, I was in the car with my daughter the other day. She's about to turn 16 years old. She turned 16 on November 9th. I was in the car with her and I said, I have never had a door slammed in my face. And I'll be damned if it's going to be my own body doing that. You're not going to tell me what to do. I mean, that's obviously like a thing with me, but I'm really not a person who has ever taken an obstacle and not looked at that as really just a flamboyant nuisance. I really am a person who is more like, oh, well, that's there. So, and then I'll figure out a detour. And it's that beautiful detour. It's always the beauty of that detour is always the greatest triumph for me. I've been down, oh my God, more times than I could tell you. What I'm facing right now is economically devastating. I work very, very, very hard. And I think that all of you know that. And those of you that don't know me, hopefully people will you'll get it. But that notwithstanding, I won't be told by my body or a chemical, really, you're like an inanimate object. You can't beat me. I'm made of flesh and blood. I can do whatever I want, and so can you. And that's what I've spent my career telling people. You're beautiful in your own absolutely dynamic, unique way. You are beautiful. It's my job and my goal to see you from a different perspective and bring that out in you so that when you turn to a mirror, you look at it and you go, oh my God. And it is that look on people's face that has kept me in this industry for as long as it has. What I'm asking for is an opportunity to do what I have already proven I can do. I have many years experience working in medical skincare as well. I train dermatologists, I train plastic surgeons. I could go back to work maybe when I'm better, but I don't know when that will be, and I got to pay the bills. And more than that, when I made a public notice that I was heartbroken that I couldn't do this anymore, so many people stood up and they supported that. And they're like, no, bullshit, because you're Elle and you can do more and you'll find your way. And so many people then offered support to, fundamentally say, you need to start your own company again. I was CEO and formulator of over 300 products. Again, I have a cosmetic chemistry background. So when we isolated these ingredients, I already knew they were dangerous. I already knew that they were substances that I shouldn't be in such dramatic proportion breathing and dermally having contact with all day, every day of my life. It didn't take long. It dropped me, and it dropped me fast. I was covered in lesions I still am, but you can't see them. But I'm going to post pictures in this as well, because I want you to see what can happen when you don't realize that there are ingredients that can harm you in what you're applying to yourself dermally. I'd like the opportunity to not lose everything I own, to have my daughter have an amazing 16th birthday that I promised her. She's the reason I worked this hard. Damn it. Give me the opportunity. Help me fund it. Help me make it happen. I need X amount of money to maintain, just an adequate existence. I'm not very extravagant. But if you help me ground this, I will help support it back into you. So I'm going to have a list of what your donation for this cause will entitle you to, because I'm gifting it. I'm absolutely gifting it because you're going to fund the seed of my company again because I want to do it again. I want to promote and produce a company that formulates products that obviously will be formulated to the European standard that bans 1,800 cosmetic ingredients that the United States does not ban. I think there's an important distinction there. It's called the precautionary principle. So if I'm going to ask you for something, which is help me do this, help me make it happen because I'm Elle from somewhere, but I'm not going to say where. Company will have a new identity, and I'd like to get it back. I would like to take it further than I took it the first time. I was global the first time, but this time I'd like to stay United States bound, and I'd like to get it embedded in the medical community, and I have the contacts and the abilities to make that happen. I was an account executive for Ohio, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. I've worked with hundreds of dermatologists. I've trained their staffs. I know how to do this. This is the one thing I know how to do. So there will be a skincare component, there will be a cosmetic component, all of which will be formulated to a standard that you don't have to be afraid to touch, and I don't have to be afraid to touch. I would also like to do something I've done previously. I have written several training manuals for several companies throughout the United States, and I want to create an educational platform that can be donated so that people can procure work in this industry and do it in a safe way. It's really something that's been on my mind for many years now, and now that I have time to sit, boy, do I have the time to make this happen. There'll be a lot of, right now I'm trying to organize with a nonprofit. This won't be a nonprofit right now, but it will have a nonprofit component in that, my event experience in arranging very large scale prestigious events, I'd like to implement that and put that to work. And it's going to be cool. I think you guys are really going to like it. And all of future purchases with the company, once I get it off the ground, within the next 60 days, that's all it's going to take me because I already formulated it all. It's already ready to go. So help me make it. Help me make it happen. Because I can do it. And I've done it before. And I've proven it. And you guys said you want it. And I don't want to go the rest of my life without being able to do the thing that I'm the best at. The thing that I know makes a difference in a very small way, but it isn't small. It isn't small when you see somebody smile and say, oh my God, I look amazing. I've worked with flashes of hope. I've worked with just countless of people, and you all mattered. You all made a difference to me. I gave you my best, and I'll continue to do so. But don't let this be a career ender for me. So I thank you so very much, and I love you so much.